So the other day, I was cruising down on YouTube, looking up prank videos and whatnot, and I stumbled upon this channel called BASSFZz Too. Now, BASSFZz Too, as I said, is a pranking channel, and I originally found his content with his Mortal Kombat prank that he did in the elevator, which I found to be fucking hilarious. And because I found that one to be so enjoyable, I decided to check out the rest of his page. I did. And that is how this video is being created. So on his channel, there is a video called The Public Rape Experiment. Now, this was some crazy shit. It turns out this is a little bit of a genre here on YouTube. You know, this pranking stuff, you guys already know. And there are lots of different like social experiment things, and I do enjoy watching. I think they're very incredible stuff. I think really to look at the human nature of people and see what people will do. And I think there's also a TV show called What Would You Do, or where you put people in these different social situations to see who's going to stand up and to see their reactions. And I think those are very interesting. Some of them are really funny, but this one in particular, it got under my skin. It bothered me just a little bit. And so let's explain why. Okay, so I'm watching the video, okay, and in the video it has a voiceover of a girl recounting when she was raped. It doesn't show her face. It very well could be the same person in the intro of the video, but I mean I don't know. Again, the person's blacked out. And basically it has a recording of this one guy raping this girl. It wasn't actually raping him. It was a mock rape. You guys can watch the video, link in the description box below, of course. And you had a couple of guys running in to go see what happened, right? To go see what was going on. So what these guys were met with when they rushed into the bathroom, when they rushed into the stall to go help the victim who was apparently getting raped, was this.
Keep in mind the negative effect it has on someone's life and the power it has to change them forever.
Are you fucking kidding me? Really? Seriously? So you want to put a powerful message, and you want to teach somebody something, and what you decide to teach them with, what you decide to instill them with, and 4 million people who fucking subscribe to you, was to say that you could be a fucking rapist. Are you fucking kidding me? So this is what the guy BASSFZz himself posted up. He said, the vision. I guess this is what his goal was, but let's see this. It's insane how I can't even get myself to promote the public rape experiment anymore. Not because people didn't agree with it, but because of how much it is being misunderstood. Allow me to explain why. Going through this production, I knew how sensitive the topic was and how difficult it would be to translate the issue onto film and give it justice. Well, I'm not just going to say flat out you failed. I felt like no matter what the end product was, I was in a losing situation because there was going to be a group of people who weren't satisfied with the execution that really messed with my head and my vision. I don't know what you were trying to prove here, but okay, let's keep going. The original vision. Place the speakers into the bathroom and see reactions of individuals who walked into the bathroom and heard the sound previously recorded. It was going to be filmed in men's and women's bathrooms. We scrapped the women idea after talking about how outraged women would have become. OMG, I can't believe you invaded their privacy by putting cameras in the bathroom. You're disgusting. For people who did bust in, they would see a sign on the wall that said, you just saved a life. That would have been much better fucking message than telling them that they could have been a rapist. The problem, if I had executed the experiment that way, the way all people not happy with the finished product now wanted it to be, all I would have done is create another experiment on the bystander effect. It would have completely derailed the topic from rape/rape culture and made it into what would society do if they were put in an uncomfortable position. I had done enough of those with my previous experiments. I had to think of another way. And your other way was by telling them that they could be rapists? Okay, well, let's keep going. Upon releasing the trailer, I got tons and tons and tons of different opinions thrown my way. Typically, I never allow my vision to be swayed by the opinions of others, but because in this case it wasn't necessarily about me, but about an issue greater than us all, and one we all deserve to be a part of when we wanted to work together towards change, I listened. I spent a lot of time reading through emails, tweets, messages about what people felt the experiment should be about and how it should be executed, and for the first time ever, I changed my vision to fit the likes and concerns of others for the greater good. I'm not going to lie, I don't think you should have done that. Now, that was no problem, and I was very happy and honored to be able to tell the story of a survivor, which, by the way, wasn't a way of saying all women die from rape, but rather she was able to overcome her internal battle with being a victim of rape. But it's what I decided to do the morning of the experiment that has now derailed the whole end product, and I will explain. The message on the wall was, you just saved a life. I have the footage of the walkthrough, that being the message, but in my head I had all of the messages from people telling me that it wasn't the goal of the video and it wasn't to prove whether or not the bystander effect occurs in society. I needed a way to get the message of the people across, that I changed it to stop rape culture, please. Do not rape. Are you kidding me? Most men don't want to hurt women. But then I felt as if another group of people would have something to say, so I finally at the last minute I changed it to this. This is what a rapist could look like with an arrow pointing to a mirror. Before releasing the video, I was 100% content and confident in my work. I felt as if I had done the best I could with the time I allotted myself. But overall, I was more than content. After releasing the video, I sat anxiously to see what people would have to say. Within minutes, every person who had something negative to say about me conducting the experiment reached out to let me know that it surpassed their expectations, and while not perfect, they were pleasantly surprised and happy with the final product. I'm pretty sure they were feminists. I had become ecstatic because all of my stresses and worries and doubts and fears were washed away, and I felt that it was the beginning of great change and progress, but soon enough, I took a slight turn. Many people after watching this video took offense to the writing on the wall and thought it was saying, look in this mirror, you are a rapist. No, no, no. In today's society, to be a rapist is to be some sort of other person who has issues within themselves and isn't an everyday normal civilian. But this isn't the case. The mirror was saying, look at how you look in the mirror. A rapist could look exactly like you, meaning it could be anyone. No matter what they look like, or what they struggle with, or are capable of rape. And yes, same goes with terrorist, murder, thief, and so on and so forth. These labels don't have faces, they don't have characteristics, they don't have color, language, etc. It could be an everyday civilian, just like you. The misunderstanding of that message went so far left field that everyone walked away thinking, OMG, how could you call a hero a rapist? I'd like to address that each person who burst through that stall was spoken to and had the victim's story and vision behind the mirror and the wall, and the experiment explained to them thoroughly. They were 100% on board with the supportive message. They didn't go home with no one speaking to them thinking, oh man, I just got called a rapist. There's a lot of people who didn't understand the vision might. No matter what message I chose to put on the wall, there would be a side that wasn't happy with the execution of the video. If I could go back, I would hold off. I feel like this video is 3 years ahead of its time and my time, considering the state of not only YouTube but society with the topic of rape and the realities of rape culture. As I always say, I can easily continue to do pranks and make everyone laugh and smile, but I truly believe that I had a greater purpose and responsibility with my platform, and felt like I would be doing an injustice to us if I didn't use it in a proper way. I mean, who else on YouTube or anywhere for that matter has an audience with people of all ages and shedding light this way? It's just crazy how doing something that felt so right can end up making me feel so wrong. Blast until next time, Yusef Ericat. So, as I said earlier, absolutely terrible execution with this prank. Just terrible execution. And of course, this is me being biased. You guys can feel however you want to feel after I just read his opinion. That you guys, entitled to how you feel. But I still think it was a horrible way to spread that message. I think if he would have said something encouraging, would have said something better, that would have been a lot better than this is what a rapist looks like. A rapist could look like you. I think it would have been better if he said a rapist could be anyone. But even still, I mean, a rapist could look like anyone. But and again, I still think it's wrong. You're not gonna find normal people don't have an inclination to rape. Okay, they don't. They just don't. Okay, you're not gonna find very many men who want to hurt women or who want to rape other men. You're not gonna find that in our society. You might find thieves. You might find people who are gonna steal. But even then, if you go, like my roommate and I had a conversation, when you look into the crimes of lower class people, it's usually crimes used to survive. It's usually crimes like stealing or even murdering or trying to get control over a territory to survive. It's life and death for these people. And of course, I'm not justifying it. Do not misinterpret my words. But it's a different type of crime, as opposed to the crimes of people who are wealthy, like the crimes of a banker who, commits fraud and whatnot. These are crimes of greed, right? And so when you find these rapists, again, you're not going to find people, you're not going to find men in society who just want to hurt women for the sake of fucking hurting women. They're psychopaths. They're crazy. They're not normal people. You're going to find men who want to take care of women. You're going to find more men who love women than you will ever find men who want to hurt women. There is no fucking rape culture. We don't live in a culture that condones rape. We don't live there. We don't live in a place where men want to just hurt women. We don't. We just don't. We live in a place where you have a lot of people, men and women, who are hedonistic, who want to get a fucking fix, who are addicted to their own carnal pleasures. But we don't live in a place where we have men who are just these evil creatures, and we don't have these rapists who can just walk around in everyday life and no one is ever going to notice them, right? You just don't. We don't live in that world. I'm sorry. Because if anyone even gets accused of rape, it's a game changer. Their life is over. It's done. It's game over. And so that being said, man, this is just, I don't know, it bothered me. I disliked that video, man. You guys can tell me your thoughts. If you guys disagree, that's perfectly fine. It is perfectly fine. If you think that he did a good job with his video, that's your prerogative. You can tell me why. Again, if you disagree, if you think I went overboard, tell me. I mean, I don't mind. If you think I went overboard, it's okay. It's perfectly fine. Just tell me why. With that being said, I certainly hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And if you did, please go ahead and click that like button. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. Comment in the comment box below. And as always, have a great day. I'll see you cool cats soon. Adios.